To overcome anxiety, you only need to learn two things. The first one you need to learn is that anxiety itself is harmless. And the second thing you need to learn is that the situation that anxiety tries to keep you away from is harmless as well. And a very effective way to learn those two things has been mindfulness for me. However, if you've tried mindfulness or meditation before, but it hasn't quite worked for you to reduce your anxiety levels, it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. As I've pointed out in this video already, you just haven't figured out how to apply mindfulness specifically to anxiety. And that's why in this video, I'm going to share with you how I practice mindfulness for anxiety and how specifically to apply it so that it works. So remember those two things: learning that anxiety is harmless and learning that the situation that anxiety tries to protect us from is harmless as well. So first, how do we train our brain that anxiety is harmless by itself, so we are no longer afraid by anxiety itself? It's very easy. You start to be more mindful towards your anxiety, and mindfulness simply means to experience anything that happens right now as a normal experience without judging it as good or bad. The best way to do that is first to simply see anxiety when you feel it in the moment as fear, as insecurity, as things getting out of control, that this is just a normal human experience that you're having right now. It's neither good nor bad. It's like water running down your body when you take a shower. It's like wind blowing in your face when you take a walk. Anxiety itself is simply a natural experience that we humans have. So the next time when you feel anxiety arise into your body, first stop trying to eliminate it, stop trying to escape it, stop trying to distract yourself from it. But take a moment and really allow yourself to experience anxiety. How does it feel like? Where in your body do you feel it? Really become curious about it and be gentle with it. Because it's true, anxiety is nothing bad. It's just a mechanism built inside our system to help us, keep us safe, to protect us from danger. And really being mindful towards experiencing anxiety and staying curious about it also helps you to identify, become aware of what is going on in my head, what are interpretations I have about a certain situation, a certain outcome of a situation that make me feel anxious. Because when you use mindfulness to build that self-awareness of your worst scenario predictions, then you can reframe those predictions, as I've outlined in this video where I shared with you how to train your brain to think more positive. Once you got a little bit more familiar with allowing yourself to experience anxiety mindfully without judging it as good or bad, then it's about taking your mindfulness practice to the next level. Because now it's about navigating your conscious attention from your head, where the anxiety is created, towards the actual experience that you're having. And a very simple way to do that is to go through your 5 different senses and try to experience the situation that causes you anxiety with full awareness of your senses. For example, if driving your car causes you anxiety because you're scared that you might get in an accident, even though you've never actually been in an accident, then the step for you might be to sit down in your car seat first, notice the anxiety coming up, allow it to be there without trying to distract yourself from it, and then take the mindfulness to the next level and fully experience the car. You don't even have to start the engine. You can, and then you put your attention on the sound that the engine produces. You put your attention on the smell of your car, on what you can taste, on the touch of the steering wheel, and really immerse yourself in the experience of sitting in your car. And when you have done that, when you've pulled your attention out of your head and put it into the present moment through this mindfulness practice, you will notice that suddenly your anxiety has gone away, because anxiety depends on your attention being absorbed in your head. And that's really ongoing practice to notice when you get anxious and then becoming really present and fully experience a situation that you're facing right now, fully through your senses and less through your thinking. That's the effective mindfulness practice that I use to overcome and reduce anxiety. So in a way, your anxiety itself has become the object of the mindfulness practice. For example, in my case, I sometimes get anxiety, even panic attacks, when I go hiking in the mountains. And whenever I feel that, I allow the experience to be there because I know it's harmless. Even the sense of panic, of immediate threat, is harmless. And then I navigate my attention through this mindfulness practice out of my head fully into the actual experience. I notice the wind blowing in my face as I'm hiking. I notice the smell of the forest. I notice the sound that my feet make when I walk on the ground. And suddenly the sense of panic becomes full presence and the fear completely fades away. Now, sometimes in the beginning, it can be quite overwhelming if you have some intense anxiety in certain situations. I would pick the ones that are less anxious for you, where the entire intensity level of anxiety is a little bit lower, and then start to work your way up from there. And I also find it helpful to practice mindfulness even for normal everyday situations, to keep a basic level of presence in my life so it makes it easier for me to access this whenever I get anxious. And to do that, I've recorded 30 guided short mindfulness meditations that you can access for free by clicking the link below this video, and you get immediate access and you can start listening and practicing this mindfulness right away. Now, if you found this video valuable, then I suggest you check also these two videos here that take your practice to the next level and also answer a few questions that you might have around mindfulness and meditation and anxiety. If you want more videos like this, then just subscribe in this corner of the video by clicking the button.